Welcome to the Blue Cafe. We offer stories of infidelity, betrayal, and redemption. Please like and subscribe. Cheers. Now, on to today's story. Going through divorce. Soon-to-be ex-wife won't stop asking if I told about her affair. Advice. Wife and I, both 37, married 10 years, with 2 kids. Caught my wife in an emotional affair with an ex-boyfriend. They had been talking on the phone and doing video chats semi-daily for months by the time I had discovered it. She wasn't super apologetic about it. We tried to get over it for a few months, but then I caught her again and we both agreed it was time for a divorce. Waste of several months, but whatever, it was Corona times, not much valuable time was lost. Based on a lot of digital evidence and logistical reasons, I really don't think they ever met in person, but I concede that I can't 100% prove that. So now we're going through the divorce process. A few key friends and family know we are getting divorced. I personally haven't told anyone about the affair yet, just giving vague reasons about growing apart. Whenever I talk to certain people such as my family, I am peppered with questions like, what did I talk about, did I tell them about the affair, and so on. I have been deflecting these. Wife is expecting that I will not ever tell them. I never agreed to this, but that's what she is expecting. I could give a duck if anyone finds out about her stupid affair. As I've explained to her many times, it's not exactly a W for me that my wife had an affair with a loser ex-boyfriend behind my back for months, so why would I run around telling everyone? However, I may want to talk privately with family or friends to cope with this. I'd rather that other families in our neighborhood don't find out about it so that our children aren't embarrassed, but other than that, I seriously don't care if people find out or they don't. Our neighborhood social circle is isolated enough from family and certain friends that they would never find out. I don't consider it my obligation to keep her stupid little secret, and I'm starting to get really insulted that she keeps demanding that I keep her secret, like I'm a bad person if someone finds out. And really, like, how am I supposed to cope with this if I'm never allowed to talk to anyone about it? Keep in mind that she has a lot of growing up to do. We could put forth some logical reasons why she should stay out of my business, but she's only thinking about herself. She hides this as concern for the kids, but really she's just embarrassed by her shit behavior. She's obsessed with this idea and probably won't drop it, or understand what I am irritated with. One possibility is that I continue to deflect indefinitely. Alternately, I can really put my foot down and tell her that I'll tell whoever I want, whenever I want, outside of the neighborhood social network. But I don't want to add contention to the divorce process. The big thing I definitely don't want to do is tell someone, then lie to her and say that nobody knows. I don't want to lie and have it come back to me. Ducking selfish cheaters. I'm sure she will tell others you are the cheaters and maybe abuser too. Guaranteed. Does anyone sometimes feel the urge to shake these BS until they realize it's not their job to protect their cheating WS honor anymore? This will happen, sure. I'm sure about it. I'm certain this has happened to plenty of us. Her cheating reflects badly on her, not on you. It sounds like she knows this, which is why she's anxious about it getting out. Do what you want. You have no obligation to keep her secret. One way to get her to stop interrogating you would be to broadcast it. Dude, I know if you think it's embarrassing for you if the affair is outed, but it's not. The only person that the affair embarrasses is your wife. The only person not outing her behavior helps is your wife. You need to be supported by the people who care for you. And I am telling you, if your wife is obsessing over being exposed, she will preemptively change the narrative. Please protect yourself and don't let your wife not face the consequences of her actions. The only person that the affair embarrasses is your wife. If your wife is obsessing over being exposed, she will preemptively change the narrative. Good points. I'm glad you think so. I'm sorry you are going through this, and please protect yourself. Man, cheaters typically want to control the narrative to depict you as the bad guy who broke the marriage. They do not accept accountability, and care way more about their reputation. Do not allow her to do that. Reveal to families and friends what she did. Tell them she is a cheater. Do not allow her to taint your reputation. Now, when should you reveal she's a cheater? Well, perhaps you may want to wait until the divorce is finalized. It may complicate things a lot, although I'd already tell to your family. You have no obligation to keep her secrets. When I found out that 2 months after the divorce she already had moved the AP in, I told everyone. And when she asked me to keep her on my insurance, I laughed and told her it was changed the day the divorce was signed. And when she asked me to keep her on my insurance, I laughed and told her it was changed the day the divorce was signed. Lol. The ducking brass balls on that woman. She tried to guilt trip me because she has a medical condition, treatment for which I paid for 16 years. Did this while on a date with her then married AP. I caught her at a bad time, I guess. I'd have chuckled, said not my monkey, not my circus, and hung up. Tone deaf selfishness at its finest. Live and learn. Don't trust liars. I would suggest you record at least a conversation where she admits the affair if you can. Either shit is gonna come to the surface or she'll badmouth you to make herself feel better / look like the good guy. Maybe you can't change her shitty behavior, but you can at least prepare yourself to deal with it. Exactly. Have a voice record ready, and next time she asks if he's told anyone, just ask her outright why she wants him to hide her affair from everyone. Why is her image more important than her family was? Once she's spilled the beans, tell her he'll never keep her secret, and if she ever lies about the reason for the divorce, that he'll tell everyone with proof. I would change that slightly to spilling the beans after divorce is finalized. Don't antagonize her while she can still cause trouble. After divorce is done, I would spread the news far and wide in as much detail as possible, including what a loser the AP is. You need to tell people before she starts blaming you or saying you cheated. I wouldn't be surprised if she hasn't already done it with her side of the family and friends, and she's checking if you have. Answer is simple: USDBXW is a cheater and cheaters are selfish. Notice how she doesn't seem too concerned she hurt you or is now a cheater. No. Her reputation is all she is concerned with. If she hasn't asked you yet, the next one will be. Let's stay friends. 2 reasons: it will free up any guilt she has, and she can say it was a mutual decision based on a marriage that slowly died off, not mentioning the fact she cheated. Either way, both reasons only help the most important person in her life, and that's her. Selfish to the core. Notice how she doesn't seem too concerned she hurt you or is now a cheater. No. Her reputation is all she is concerned with. Agree that's been her MO from the start. After discovery, she pretty much stonewalled the entire time. The only thing she wanted to talk about was that we shouldn't tell anyone about this. That has been the most shocking part. You're married for this long, thinking you know someone. I will be fine long term though. Plenty of hope for my future without her. The more I read, the more I'm convinced you need to out her. No way she should be leaving with her reputation intact. Don't be complicit in her bullshit by hiding it for her. She needs to feel the consequences for her betrayal. Tell people the truth when they ask, that's all. Your job was to protect her when you were together, not your job anymore. The only obligation you have left is to protect your children and yourself. She made the decision to betray your love and trust. I would let it slip out at a family function and tell her parents face to face out of respect for your relationship with them. They will take care of the rest. You owe her nothing. She is the reason you are in this position. If he is the loser you imply in your story, she will wake up and come crawling back. You can end that possibility now by getting word out. She needs to feel the pain of her actions. It's very inconsiderate of you not to keep her secret while she buys time to spin the story into painting you as the bad guy. /s. It's horrible to go through what you are going through right now. It's incredibly painful, and it's all that much harder when you're isolated. I'm sorry you're in this place. Having been there myself, I understand the dilemma. At some point, as you've stated, you may find it's simply not worth it to protect their reputation. In fact, it's freeing to share the truth, and to get the support you are directly or indirectly denying yourself. It's hard enough going through this as it is. Don't deny yourself the full support of your family and friends. Is your wife still looking for work? Probably the reason why she is still concerned about her image. Question for you: have you been in therapy? No? Then a quick summary is you caught her carrying on with an ex-BF, she blows you off, you try to make it work but she doesn't care. Divorce. If this is correct, you have been living a lie of omission. You know she is talking to the ex for sure about this. She is getting justification and support. What about her family? They are hearing the story your STBXW and app have fine-tuned. Why have you not told anyone? It is not healthy having to deal with the thoughts by yourself. It's like a pressure cooker building up till it explodes. You obviously are feeling some, so you are here trying to get some relief and support, but the people you need it mostly from our family and friends. Don't worry about what people say or think. Wow, oh man, you poor soul. It does not matter. Remember the line, the truth shall set you free? Ever see someone deflate after telling the truth, how the weight has been taken off their shoulders? Try this, tell your best friend. See how it feels, then listen to them and trust your gut. Don't let the pressure keep hurting you. You're a grown-ass adult. You can do whatever you want or not. It's totally up to you, not her. As I explained to my ex who wanted to remain friends after the divorce, once the marriage was over, you're nothing to me. Just a person I used to have a relationship with, like friends from college after we graduated and moved on with our own lives. I won't be a dick, but the days of consultation and consideration have ended. Yeah, there's gonna need to be a conversation about this as well. Currently we still live together until we can get housing arrangements set up. She continues to text small talk to me, staying a little too familiar. I can be totally civil, discuss childcare and logistics, but we're not friends anymore, as far as I'm concerned. That's BF's problem. When I found out about my wife's affair, I immediately told some trusted family members and a friend all the details. A week or so after that, my mother-in-law asked me what I was going to tell people going forward since my soon-to-be ex-wife, STBXW, and I had decided on divorce. I said I didn't know, and she suggested saying things weren't going well and just didn't work out. While it's true that things weren't going well, I was really frustrated with my Mill's suggestion. If things had just fizzled out, we wouldn't be getting a divorce. I'd be pushing for marriage counseling. We're getting a divorce because of her affair. I came to terms with what you and others have said. It's not your responsibility to make her look good. I don't run around telling people details, unnecessary information, or talk nasty about my spouse, but if someone has a specific question, I answer it truthfully and honestly. Personally, I don't recommend deflecting. As you said, you can't truly start the healing if you don't get to talk about it. I put on the everything's fine mask for a while, and I did me no good. Frustration built up inside of me until I finally burst. Tell your spouse that keeping things a secret is hurting you and is no longer an option. If you can, find your core support group and be open and honest with them. You can always use this line. Well, there were 3 of us in this marriage, so it was a bit crowded, Princess Diana, about our marriage. She cheats with her ex-boyfriend and she wants you to keep it a secret. You're a secret keeper. So in my analogy, she wants you to keep her secret for cheating on you? So in a way, you're helping her cover up for her cheating on you. If that's the way you call it, that makes you a cheater too for not exposing her as a cheat. Give yourself some respect. Answer the questions truthfully. You never know, you might be helping another person, i.e. her next relationship. Other people have the right to know. Tell her this _ the moment you stepped away from our marriage, I am no longer your husband and have no respect or reason to keep the truth about you having an affair with ex-boyfriend from friends and family. Simple and easy, winking face. Tell her that you will tell anyone that you feel is necessary to help you process and heal from her actions. Then tell her that if she keeps bothering you about it, you will just go ahead and tell everyone, as you have no obligation to cover up her indiscretions. If your children don't know the reason you are divorcing, you will need to tell them the truth at some age-appropriate time. I'm sure their mother will spin a tale that manages to deflect the blame away from her. At some age-appropriate time, you will want to correct that. Thanks, I am inclined to take this kind of approach. I left it out of the op, but the divorce process is going okay right now, so I'm reluctant to blow it up, at least right now at this moment. If she keeps pressing or things go south, I will have a decision to make. Also agreed, many life lessons to share with the young ones. I found out my wife of almost 12 years with 3 kids cheated on me 3 months ago. I forgave her and she promised never to talk to him again. She just admitted that she's texted or called him every day for 3 months and that they've seen each other the last 3 days whenever I watch our kids. Advice. Before she left the house to stay with her parents, I asked her who she wanted and loved more and she replied I don't know, which is a huge problem obviously. She is now trying to tell me if I take her back she will block him and not speak to him again, and she shouldn't have said she didn't know who she wanted but also said she still likes him but doesn't love him anymore and isn't sure if she did. I love her but I just don't know if it's possible to ever trust her again. Looks like you like being manipulated, man. I feel pathetic and gullible and stupid for believing her before. It's just so hard to give up what we used to have and break up our family. My brain says this is a horrible idea but my heart is messed up. What you used to have is already gone. It's dead, even if she wanted to stay and reconcile. Even if she was 100% committed to reconciliation. Your marriage before the affair ended the moment she started the affair. It's not that hard. Be with her and make her have an open relationship on her part if you love her that much, because she will never stop cheating on you. The weird part is, as far as I know, she's never done anything like this before. This past year she's acted like a totally different person. She always says now that she got married too young and wants time to be alone to find herself. Well, you should give her time then. By divorcing her, that is. Cheaters are always liars and manipulators. Stop wasting your time with her and move on. What's also messed up is she's been extremely jealous of things like pornography or even watching movies with nudity for most of our marriage. It seems like she is narcissistic too. It's time to run. I didn't even mention she started an OnlyFans around the same time, even though I told her it bothers me. Do you think after all that there is hope and she can change? This will be an illusion, man. Dude, you didn't do a single thing right after day. Throw her ass in the street. If you say enough is enough, then she would not say I don't know. Who do I love more? Etc. etc. She would be begging on her knees, crying for a chance. Dude, she is trying to keep you wrapped around her fingers and you tell you forgave her? Seriously? Reconciliation is not easy, dude. You should read quite a few of posts and see what steps should be a stake. I did forgive her before but I haven't this time. Read quite a few posts here, dude. Also read the r/survivinginfidelity thread along with r/us and after infidelity to see what true remorse look like. If she misses a single thing right, her role is not necessary in your life then. Yeah, she is drunk on the honeymoon phase of this new relationship. But it's besides the point. If she couldn't pull her head out of her bum when discovered, she probably never will. She might come crawling back in 3 to 6 months when she realizes the AP isn't all he's cracked up to be. She might come crawling back once he's gone for good, and she realizes her entire marriage is now over and that everything you two share is dead. She may never come back. Either way, take what self-respect you have left and move forward with your life. If you continue to be a doormat, she will lose any and all respect she had for you. You mean they see each other for the last 3 days and have sex, or they just meet? Twice was meeting and once was brief sex in the middle of the night. It's a hard pill to swallow, but it's time to move on. 3 months ago, there might have been a chance for reconciliation. Now she showed you that she doesn't mind lying to you and that this affair was and is more important to her than your marriage. She made her decision and sticks to it until today. Accept that and leave her. If you stay with her, then you will never get rid of the doubt in your mind, no matter how much counseling you get. That is the result of her lie. She now only entertains the idea to stay with you, because you told his girl about it and the guy probably broke up with your wife right away, trying to save his marriage. Unlike your wife, he might be serious about it and did the right thing by cutting his affair partner, your wife, out. Go to a doctor and get tested for STDs and then meet with a lawyer. Your wife made her decision and stuck to it, now you need to make your decision. Tell friends and family about what she did and ask them for support. And what are you going to do about that? I don't know what to do. I want to forgive her and move on, but I don't know if that's even possible with everything she did. I'm sorry man, but have you not learned your lesson yet? You forgave her way too soon. You need to blow up her affair, including blowing up her AP's life, too. If he has a wife/so, you need to tell her. Contact a lawyer and discuss options. Tell her she needs to leave for a couple of months so you can have space. If she goes to live with her AP, it's time to have her served and begin divorce proceedings. If she shows remorse, there may be hope for reconciliation, but only if you both are committed to it. If not, make a plan for co-parenting. Separate the finances. Right now you need to protect yourself and the children. Her continued contact with her AP only shows the affair isn't over and she is still in the affair fog. Honestly, you may need to show her the door. I messaged his fiancée that he has a child with and told her about the affair. She hit him and threw his phone out the window apparently. You kick her out the house, get an STD check and DNA test the kids and get a lawyer, and at this point you are separated. If she wanted you, she wouldn't have cheated in the first place, and when she got caught she would have got a shit Nokia phone and told the provider to block his number. She would have got counseling. There's so many things she would have done, and all this for someone she doesn't love. You say you told the other guy's fiancé. When was this? After the 3 months or before? If it's after, the only reason she chose you is because he didn't choose her. If he would have left the fiancé, then she would have left you for him. I would tell friends, and if these are co-workers I would tell our. Your wife has no respect for you. She pretty much using you as a safety net. I don't know the full story, but here is my idea. Option 1, it's okay. Maybe I should go see other women too. Since we are not happy with each other, that's the only way we can stick around for the kids. I state this option because I know a man can get ripped apart in a family court in the West. Emphasize on we. Since it's clear she is not happy, you also state your unhappiness and are ready to explore someone new. Option 2, divorce her after getting your ducks in a row. Contact lawyer, PI, whatever necessary. This is the option I prefer. For option 1 you have to be a cold-blooded person. I only suggested it because you have 3 kids. 50-50 custody is going to be hard and family court can become your worst enemy. I hope you can get through this with your head straight in both scenarios. I couldn't sleep for a full day, so this is what I can conjure up with my friend. I wish you the best. Go see a divorce attorney. There is no fixing your marriage. There is no reconciliation. If there was any hope at that, she would have cut all contact with him when you caught her. She has not. She continued to lie to you. Start seeing a therapist on your own. There is zero hope to repair this. She might actually take things seriously when you take serious action. But I can guarantee it won't last. You gave her one chance, but she, after promising not to contact him, admitted she did it. Please do not let her manipulate you. Talk to a lawyer and serve her. If you take her back, she will possibly do it again, because the grass is always greener on the other side. You cannot believe a word she says, and know that she will not keep her promises. She broke up the family, not you. 2 separate stable homes are better than 1 unstable home. Go see a lawyer to see what your legal options are. Make no mistake, she is trying to get the best outcome for herself, not for you or the kids. Wife of 15 years ends love and friendship by ducking next door neighbor. Rant. True D-Day confession happened Thursday when my wife first tried to admit that she had been going to see the next door neighbor, the just a friend guy, and ended up kissing him once, and she felt so guilty. I didn't believe it. I knew from her actions and all the red flags that this affair started at least a month ago. She puked a couple times and then finally fessed up to having sex only that last time she went to his place. She has been to his apartment on at least 3 evenings. She showed me that they've only texted a few times. T-Mobile shows the truth to be nearly 1,000 times with a couple 2, 3, 4 a.m. sessions that last about an hour. Yeah, sexting. The first time is when she tried to sneak out at 2 a.m. to help him with a sick kid. About half an hour, maybe more maybe less, but that was my first real oh shit moment. She met him first thing the next morning outside our door to walk dogs with him. The second time was to go visit with friends. She didn't say with whom or where, but I watched her walk into his place when she thought I wasn't looking. I walked to his apartment and all the lights were out. I knew it was real at that moment. I sat with my back against the wall of his bedroom. About an hour and a half later or so, she tried to sneak out his back door to hide her whereabouts. She saw me sitting in the grass and had the deer in the headlights look of panic, guilt and such. She had the nerve to sit next to me, but all I could smell was him and sex. She denied it and said there were other people there. No, there weren't. I had heavy thoughts of suicide that night. Heavy. I even tempted myself with 3 different methods. But thankfully that was temporary. The third and final time I know of is the only time she admitted to sex with him. It was the night after we discussed divorce. I had just thanked her for something and was being sweet. I was hoping I was wrong and all of this really was just as she said. I knew better, but I loved my wife with all my heart, and she was my best friend for 15 years. I wanted to believe her. Then I did something stupid. The AP was out of the area and she and I started having seemingly unguarded, vulnerable conversations about our relationship problems in the past, her current issues with what she perceives is bad with us, etc. She pushed all the right buttons to convince me she had never ever, even once, had sex with him, but did admit she was attracted to him. I told that if that was true, I wanted at least one good weekend with her, sex and all. But I wouldn't dare if she had already cheated on me with him. She was so ducking convincing. Tears, hugs, vulnerable talk and all. So we did. I even helped her pick out a new vibrator. I'm so damn stupid and naive. She did lie. She did cheat. She had sex with him more than the one time. When you know, you know. So many songs and poems have been written on this very subject. I know I'm not alone in this, but what I know is fresh and cannot be unknown now. Like many of you, I struggle with this every single moment of every single day and night. When I'm awake, I imagine them together, hear what they say about me. The self-deprecating thoughts of how she finds sex far more satisfying with him than it ever was with me. And when I sleep, the nightmares come. Often they are worse than when I'm awake. If I do have a moment of peaceful sleep, I wake up after only a few minutes and I realize that this is still real and all the air escapes me and I cannot breathe. We had just decided in March to really make an effort to be a better husband and wife and parents to our daughter. I worked my ass off to show my best self, opened myself vulnerably to her, and at first, so did she. But she met the fat, ugly dog guy next door and did a swift 180 on me. I was shocked. That was a month ago. She said the standard he's just a friend thing. She then told me she wanted me to move out because she wanted to be her own self for a while. I didn't understand because I hadn't done anything wrong that I was aware of. I've been the best husband I could ever be. But it was actually because of the sexual affair. I can't process this. I'm leaving to visit with family in Florida for 3 weeks to remove myself from the equation. Maybe get a better perspective on things. I don't know. I can't even look at her now. I don't know how to deal with loving her so deeply for 15 years and now feeling severe hatred, anger and disgust toward her in such a short time frame. It didn't have to end this way. Not like this. I loved you with all my heart. You were my best friend. This is why you should never forgive cheaters, because they will never stop doing it again. Why move out? Now she gets the house. She cheated, kicked her ass out and got recordings of her going to his house for the divorce. It's just an apartment. I don't care about the stuff and material things, TBH. Never have. I will file for divorce, but I'm not going to waste time, money and effort on infidelity filings. It's expensive and frankly I can't really afford it, nor do I even care. We have been separated once for a year and I have learned I can live without her. It's just now she's changed the story of us in a shitty way. I don't want revenge. I just want to find a way to make this go away in my heart and head. If your wife is sure that her actions will have consequences, the situation would have been different, but she is sure from your reaction. So sad for you, Op. And I'm glad you're moving on. You had your practice before and you're already learning to live life without her. All the best. Thank you. I did confront him in a non-threatening way before I knew for sure. Before the confession, I saw him out front with his little boy and said, I know what's going on and it's not okay. He replied, hey, I've been there before, man. It happened to me before. I firmly responded, it's happening to me. Right now. I found my wife sitting alone outside about 5 minutes later, lamenting that this probably ruined her friendship with him. She didn't defend me. She worried about her and him. I should have known better. I was still naive enough to think maybe it wasn't as bad as it looked and there was still hope. If you don't collect proof and she claims that you are the ones that cheated, you will find recovery more painful and longer than needed. Get the narrative out first. Contact the AP spouse. You might not think so now, but leaving with some form of self-esteem and self-worth will carry on to your next relationship. I have proof. We'll file regularly. Neither one of us can afford to play dirty. The guy is single and I'm not looking for revenge. So discussion of child support and custody can be agreed on without a lawyer in your country? Yes. Good. Wishing you well and hope you have found a better relationship in the future. She can move unless you want to be rid of their relationship, because it will continue. Let her have him and just know it now doesn't matter. She has a new bed, so let her lie in it. Leave now and cut all ties. You can see her in court. Tell friends and family about what she did and why you divorce her before she starts to tell her own story and tells everyone what a shitty husband you were. Don't think that she wouldn't do that. You also thought that she wouldn't start an affair. Learn from your mistakes. In addition, please go to a doctor and get tested for STDs. This is really awful. I truly hope that you are trolling, because I can't believe that anyone would sit outside the bedroom back against the wall, knowing that their spouse is inside with someone else. But if this is true, you need some urgent therapy, because this definitely looks like a trauma response. Also, when you go for divorce, don't just give up things which are rightfully yours. You are going to need them for your child, if not for you yourself. I am definitely not trolling. I did sit there because it all crashed down on me at that moment. I have since picked myself up. But the pain is real. My reactions are real. I understand your thoughts about trauma response, but it's not that. It's realizing that it's really happening and I need to figure out what to do for me moving forward. I wish I were trolling. I've also been through this once before in a far, far worse situation. The ex then was vicious and nasty. I had to protect everything from that psycho. Story for another day. But yeah, I have a bit of experience with this. This soon-to-be ex and I are already ironing out the details of divorce. Neither of us wants the other's stuff. Nor do we care to. Take the space in Florida, see if you can find a therapist to help you. When you return, you need to implement the 180 and the Grey Rock method. Her trickle truth will not stop, and he will be ducking her rotten whilst you are away. There can be no way back to anything resembling a relationship. She's going to ducking those guys every day you're not there. Why do you have to leave and not her? It's like she could just stay next door anyway, get STD tested and a lawyer. She doesn't love you, she's still lying, and likely these aren't the only times she's cheated. Thank you for the responses. Seriously. Also, to clarify, we are both moving out soon. She's looking for single bedroom apartments and I'm looking for a 2-bedroom for my daughter and me. Good luck, cop. Replace her with a younger, hotter and more fertile woman. Then just watch what will happen. That's what my dad said, lol. He said, one day down the road, bring your hot, younger new woman to an event your ex will attend. Casually strut around and then tell the ex to go duck off. We hope you have enjoyed today's episode. Please comment, like and subscribe. Cheers. Have a wonderful day or night, wherever you are.